Since achieving his first knockout last month in the UFC, Shane Young has gone on to become one of New Zealand's most recognised fighters. Today we sat down with him to hear his story.
Arts as a sport has only been around for actually as long as I've been alive. So November the year I was born, the UFC had its first ever event, and that was like the first style versus style matchups that have ever been. So it's only 24 years old, same age as me. But in that time, it's grown so much. There's been so much growth in terms of the fighting styles, so much growth in terms of the reach of mixed martial arts, and the view from the public of mixed martial arts has changed from a blood sport to like complex problem solving at the highest level with like really, really dire consequences, and people have an affinity with that. They can see that it is like chess, but you know, instead of checkmate, it's go to sleep. I started mixed martial arts when I was 14, and like any young man at that age, they have that fear of not being their idea of what a man is. So initially I started fighting kind of out of that fear, wanted to be able to defend myself in all situations and not ever feel like shunned by anyone, feel lower than anyone. So yeah, initially it was kind of fighting out of fear of not being a man, I guess. So to be the first person to carry the Tino Rangatira flag in the UFC, when I found out that no one had carried it before, I was actually kind of disappointed, because I thought it'd be cool for young Māori to have someone to look up to that's representing them. Then someone told me this quote like, "Oh, be the change that you want to see in the world." So when I figured that out, I decided I was going to be the one to do it. So that became a really big driving factor for me to get into the UFC. Not just because like I wanted to realize my dream, but then it became like I attached like other people's dreams, or what I thought people would want, to my own dream. So then it became not just for myself, but for others as well. But then it became like, as the fight came closer, it became a more of a drive for me as well, because now I was tapping into my own heritage, my ancestry, and looking into what being a Māori warrior was. And then I was feeling like I was a modern day Māori warrior, so I wasn't having to put up all these fake fronts like other fighters do, trying to be tough, like act like they're like a god among men, because I just felt like a true warrior